Good evening, warm welcome to the session. Though we have seen this topic several times earlier, we are going to review once again the CPIM requirement version 8. Of course, we have seen few months back when version 8 was introduced. So there were a lot of doubts, clarification in minds of the candidate who are trying to take such examination. Now let us go in some depth because this version 8 is there for some time now and many people have attempted. I know the experience of the people and the preparation requirement. So let me attach the AACM site and explain some details. You can access this site by using aacm.org. Though if you put APICS, it will also take you to the new site. You know, the APICS has been upgraded in the latest content as AACM Association for Supply Chain Management. And if you go to the learning and development, there are certification. Of course, CTSE is the latest certification, which is going to replace CORP. Of course, our other certification remains. Let us discuss only CPIM in this session. I am clicking CPIM. As you know, the version 8 was introduced in the current year 2023. There was version 7 till last year. Of course, if you have already paid the fees for the exam, you can take version 7. Or if you are trying to take now, then I think there is no possibility of taking previous version. The latest one is version 8. Of course, CPM has gone several improvements, I can say, over a period of time. Initially, it was 5 modules, meaning that one has to take 5 different modules, 5 different examination to get this CPM certification. But in the last 10 years, it has been reduced to 2, but without removing any of the content. So it was compressed version. Till last year you had a facility of going through two module, part 1 and part 2. Of course, part 1 is the basic supply chain management, which was easier to pass and easiest among all the APICS certification. Of course, there are some questions coming. We'll answer the question in LinkedIn or YouTube at the end of the program. Part 2 was considered somewhat tough compared to all other certification exam. There also, if you get both the Part 1 and Part 2 certification, then only you can hold the CPM certification. You can see the old version. Some details are available. Let us enter into the CPM versions. Of course, there are some deadlines given that July 31st, 2023 is the last day to purchase exam, but the last day for appearing for the exam is available till February 1st, 2024. So if you have already applied and taken the exam credit, then you are eligible to take this. But now if you are trying to pay, then this version is not possible. Only choice available is version 8. So the version 8 is combined part 1 and part 2. Of course, part 1 is not clearly visible because it is merged with the part 2. It doesn't mean that the part 1 is removed. Unless you have the basic knowledge of supply chain management. Studying end to end CPAM may be very difficult. When you go through their site, it is some certain things are visible, like you can purchase this. The options are available here, either for learning system, which is only a study material. The rates are available. Possible if you are a member or living outside US, you may have a different rates. And only exam, you have this rate. Of course, you can bundle these two and get it together. Then you will get this final rate, 2,145 dollar. Of course, you have to keep in mind this doesn't include any training, either online or offline training by any of the instructor. Yeah, so if you are planning to have an instructor training, that is apart from whatever given in the site. Okay, so is the program right for you? This is where I can add value here. If you want to go in depth into supply chain, this is the right program. Maybe you can see the topics covered here. It has 8 modules, and I can say this at least go to a major depth compared to other two certification. For example, CLTD goes in depth in the context of logistic and distribution, and CSCP is overall end-to-end supply chain management. Possibly you will get some idea about localized content, but if you are looking for in-depth into supply chain, then this is the certification for you. Since it's one exam, one certification, so it is made much easier now in the form of effort, but still you have to understand all the content are compressed, so the study time or preparation is not going to come down when you take this version. And of course, I recommend people to have CPM, as most of the employers feel that if you have CPM, this is the right certification, and possibly they expect you to have a better supply chain knowledge if you have this certification. Of course, when you go through the site, they are giving various options. For example, starting from self study, you have to be very careful. As the self study, you may buy the material and do your preparation. Of course, if you are fresh from the college and have a better IT or the problem solving skills, then it may be fine to go for supply chain directly, a self study. On the other hand, if you are working in an organization maybe 8 or 10 years to 15 years, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can only go for self study and attend the exam, because you have to understand the theory is bit different from your experience. Possibly you might have worked in some subdomain in the supply chain, whereas here the expectation is end to end supply chain management, so you need to be careful. The second choice is instructor led. You can see from the site who are all authorized to train by either online or offline. And of course, there is a corporate and other group studies are possible. When coming to the learning system, very expensive. Possibly you may get it otherwise also in the market, but my suggestion is you need not go to this learning system. There are other recommended books by APICS themselves, which will be much easier to study and understand. If any one of you want more clarification, you can fix up time with me so that I can clarify. You can also take a free demo of this learning system as you go through this system. Of course, the exam is the final thing. All our objective type exam. It is on demand exam, which means you can always fix the time when required. Of course, you should be ready for 3.5 to 4 hours, but be careful. Without your preparation or just having a confidence alone is not sufficient. As you have seen, the exam fees alone is very expensive. Okay, you need a complete preparation. Though there are some ideas, bundle and save, it depends upon individual requirement. Test drive real CPIM content free for 30 days. And of course, there is a quick link where you can download the brochure. I have already downloaded the brochure. As you see, there are no much additional content available in the brochure. Okay. They are giving some clarification, but you have to, if you are from India, this percentage raise may not be directly related with Indian profession. In some cases, possibly you may get much higher, but if you are joining a different organization, it could be lower. But in any case, if you have to prove yourself, okay, as a supply chain professional, the certification is a must in the current environment. Okay, as you see, the brochure doesn't provide additional information than what is available in the site. So, for any one of you looking for both having a APICS certification, also having end-to-end knowledge, come in-depth knowledge in the supply chain, I will recommend CPM. You need not be afraid that it will be very tough. Of course, it is tough. Unless you have a proper guidance, this will be very complicated. In case any of you require any support or clarification, you are always welcome to reach out to me either through LinkedIn or WhatsApp group. I'll be able to guide. Now I am available for any clarification. There is a query from Sherin Thomas. Any coaching available in India online? Of course, it is available. You can go through the site, find out who is able to provide. Of course, you can reach out to me for any support. Hope this is clear, Sherin Thomas. Any other questions you can put in the LinkedIn comment so that I can respond. As we have seen in one of our previous session, now most of the Indian employers, especially multinational organization, they require you to have this certification apart from analytical aptitude. So it is high time you start preparing. Of course, this doesn't take 2 years 3 years time unless you want to stretch it. My suggestion is maybe the target should be 4 or 5 months. Sherin, you can see my WhatsApp number in my profile. Okay, my LinkedIn profile. You can visit where you can see my WhatsApp number. Okay, so apart from the training, you need to also spend the time, additional time in preparation, which may be anywhere between 52 hours to possibly 300 hours, depending upon your current knowledge level. Okay. Sherin is asking about CPSM. If you are from ISM, that's a purely a purchasing or supply management. Supply chain management is different, supply management is different. Supply management is one part of supply chain management. If you want to specialize in only purchasing, procurement or sourcing, then CPSM from ISM may be okay. But for your career growth, possibly if you are looking at the mid or senior level career growth, they expect even a purchasing guy to have end-to-end supply chain knowledge. And in that context, I still advise CPM. Some portion of purchasing is also covered in CPM, but not to the greater extent. Here, the focus is on internal supply chain, which means how to manage inventory management, how do you coordinate with the production, how do you schedule and produce the items as per the schedule. All this focus. Of course, if you are looking for external management, external supply chain management, CPSM, certified professional in supply management, may be helpful. If you are a junior, that's fine. If you are aspiring to grow to the mid or senior level, I do not recommend from ISM. This is my personal opinion. In any case, you can ping and fix up a time and we can discuss. Any others? Any other questions specific to this CPM version 8? I have done a lot of such sessions. If you need to check my previous session, you can go to my YouTube channel. Of course, if you need more information, please ping me in my WhatsApp number. Thanks for watching. Have a nice evening. Bye.